Stop just for a moment. Imagine you are standing beneath a vast night sky, the stars scattered above like shards of ancient light, each carrying a whisper from the beginning of time. For most of your life, you've been told a certain story about that sky, a tale of how everything began with a single, unfathomable explosion, a chaotic birth from which galaxies, stars, and planets slowly took shape. But what if I told you that story is now under quiet, relentless challenge, that the universe, as seen through the most powerful eyes ever built by human hands, might be far stranger and far more ordered than we dared to believe? In recent years, the James Webb Space Telescope has turned its golden mirrors toward the darkness, and what it has shown is not just breathtaking beauty, but a puzzle so profound it could rewrite our place in the cosmos. These are not simply photographs of distant galaxies, they are revelations of an early universe that refuses to conform to the models we've trusted for decades. We expected to find cosmic infancy, scattered matter, unformed shapes, a messy beginning. Instead, we found elegance, galaxies so structured, so mature, that they have no business existing so soon after the dawn of time. Consider the Abell 2744 cluster, a region thought to contain some of the earliest galactic forms. Pointing Webb's sensors at it should have been like opening an old photo album and seeing a newborn wrapped in blankets. But what appeared instead was the equivalent of that newborn already walking, talking, and building cities. The galaxies were well-defined, organized, and bright with billions of stars, an impossible degree of sophistication for their age. According to standard cosmology, the first billion years after the Big Bang should have been a turbulent era. Galaxies were meant to be shapeless, colliding frequently, unstable in form, yet Webb's deep-field images defy this expectation. They reveal intricate patterns of light, structures that look as though they had eons to evolve, yet their light began its journey when the universe was still in its infancy. It's as if archaeologists entered a prehistoric cave and found a fully stocked shopping mall. And it's not just a one-off anomaly. These surprisingly mature galaxies appear in many different parts of the sky, suggesting a universal pattern, not an isolated accident. Theories of rapid inflation and slow galactic development strain under the weight of this evidence. Something is wrong, either in the way we understand cosmic history or in the very rules we think govern the universe. But the mysteries do not stop at the scale of galaxies. Look to NGC 1365, a luminous spiral whose stars, both near the center and at the far edges, move at the same speed. According to the laws of gravity as we know them, this shouldn't happen. For decades, dark matter has been the go-to explanation, a hidden mass exerting an invisible pull. Yet Webb's detailed observations are prompting uncomfortable questions. Have we clung to dark matter because it fits the narrative, or because we fear what it would mean to discard it? Could the patterns we see point instead to a deeper symmetry, an unknown principle embedded in the very fabric of space? The surprises grow stranger when we leave the realm of galaxies and turn to planets. Take HIP 65426b, a gas giant Webb managed to photograph directly. This world orbits so far from its star that by all accepted models, it shouldn't be there at all. Planets of such size are thought to form close to their suns, where heat and dense clouds of gas provide the necessary material. Yet HIP 65426b drifts in cold isolation, as though it formed elsewhere and was later captured, or more radically, as if planets like this might form before stars themselves. And then there is geometry. Webb has delivered an image of an Einstein ring so perfectly symmetrical it could have been drawn with a compass. Such rings occur when the gravity of a massive galaxy bends the light of another galaxy far behind it, creating a halo-like circle. Nature, however, is rarely this exact. Tiny irregularities in matter distribution should distort the ring's shape. But this one is flawless, defying the expected chaos of an expanding universe. It raises an unsettling question. Is this simply a statistical fluke, Or is the cosmos quietly demonstrating a level of precision that demands explanation? When you line up the evidence, mature galaxies where none should be, planetary giants in impossible places, spirals that defy gravity, and perfect rings of light, the cumulative effect is staggering. It's not just that the rules are being bent, it's that we may have misunderstood the rules entirely. Behind the walls of academia, a subtle discomfort is growing. Some scientists publicly dismiss these findings as oddities, yet in private, they admit the models no longer fit. And here, where it turns truly fascinating, Webb is revealing patterns, shapes, alignments, symmetries that repeat across vastly different scales. These patterns are so consistent they suggest the universe is not simply a random scattering of matter, but perhaps a structure with memory. Imagine a vast cosmic fabric in which each fold carries echoes of what came before, patterns imprinted like fingerprints on the surface of space-time. This idea, that the universe might retain a kind of memory, finds resonance in the bold theories of physicist Roger Penrose. His conformal cyclic cosmology proposes that our universe is just one in an endless sequence of cosmic epochs, each born from the ashes of the last. If true, the structures Webb sees may not be new at all, but ancient inheritances, cosmic DNA passed down through cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. Some, like physicist Marina Cortez, go further, suggesting that time itself may act as an archivist, preserving information and influencing the present. If this is true, the patterns we see might be more than coincidences. They could be the echoes of ancient events, rippling forward into our era. Time would no longer be a straight line, but a living thread in the universe's tapestry, selecting, preserving, and perhaps even guiding the patterns we observe. Even the chemical signatures Webb detects add to the mystery. Complex organic molecules have appeared in galaxies so young they should not yet possess the chemistry for such richness. Whether this is the result of unknown natural processes or something more deliberate, the regularity is striking. If an intelligence wished to leave a mark, could it be woven into the very laws of physics themselves? Of course, many dismiss such thoughts. The idea of deliberate design, whether by nature or something beyond, remains too controversial for most to voice aloud. The fear is not only of being wrong, but of overturning the pillars upon which modern cosmology rests. Yet science advances only when we dare to look squarely at the unknown. The James Webb Space Telescope has not just expanded our view, it has begun to dismantle the comfortable walls around our understanding. Every perfect ring, every misplaced planet, every impossibly mature galaxy is a quiet tap on the shoulder, urging us to admit that we still know very little about the universe we inhabit. And perhaps that is the greatest gift of all. For when the familiar story begins to crumble, we are free to write a new one that listens more closely to the patterns written in the stars, and one that dares to imagine that the universe may be telling us something we have long forgotten to hear.